You catch yourself smiling. Everything in your life is finally going exactly the way you planned. But then, a sudden, inexplicable rush of anxiety hits. A quiet, persistent voice in your head immediately whispers that you shouldn't get too comfortable because a disaster is waiting right around the corner. It is easy to write this off as pessimism or assume you have a toxic personality flaw that forces you to ruin your own life. This reaction follows a strict biological survival script. Your nervous system actively rejects happiness to protect the body. This anxiety of peace operates as a highly evolved feature of your anatomy, keeping you on guard against sudden threats. To understand why your brain does this, we have to look backward. For people who grew up in highly unpredictable environments, staying hypervigilant was a daily requirement for safety. This timeline illustrates chronic stress adaptation. You learned early on that calm periods were usually just the quiet before a crisis. Letting your guard down meant being blindsided, forcing your nervous system into a permanent state of high alert, associating rest with physical danger. Surviving that kind of chaos often required you to step up and manage adult emotions long before you were developmentally ready. You adapted to this premature responsibility by suppressing your own core needs. You learned that to maintain safety, you had to stay calm, solve everyone else's problems, and accept that your own feelings came last. Now, when you finally experience pure, unburdened happiness, it triggers deep feelings of selfishness. The guilt you feel for being happy operates as a purely biological reflex. Your brain genuinely believes that prioritizing your personal joy will leave you blind to incoming disasters. This reflex extends beyond internal joy to the external support you receive. For a nervous system built on self-reliance, taking a break or letting someone take care of you feels completely foreign. You developed a strict subconscious formula in childhood. If you are resting and your needs are being met, someone else is carrying the burden. This diagram represents cognitive complexity. When a highly intelligent mind hits a perfect moment, it doesn't relax. It automatically runs multiple scenarios, calculating endless variables. Your brain immediately gathers information, aggressively scanning to find the next hidden problem before it arrives. You also likely developed sharp emotional awareness, forced to constantly read the shifting moods of others as a defense mechanism. Because you know exactly how much it costs to care without protection, you subconsciously keep your own joy hidden. Expressing loud, unburdened happiness drops your emotional armor, exposing you to danger. Your brain operates a highly intelligent, hyper-empathetic radar system that prioritizes risk assessment over the experience of joy. If your nervous system struggles with peace, you are not broken. You simply learned responsibility before safety and strength before softness. Your biological radar remains calibrated for an environment you no longer live in. You are operating on wartime settings while standing in peacetime. Healing requires consciously teaching your physical body that the chaotic environment is finally gone and the storm is over. You must give yourself conscious permission to drop your armor. You are allowed to rest, and you are allowed to actually enjoy the life you worked so hard to build. Reclaiming your peace is the final step in living the life you've built, bravely choosing to trust the quiet, even when your body tells you it's too good to be true. If you love understanding the hidden psychology behind everyday human behavior, hit subscribe now. On this channel, we decode the human mind. Have you ever noticed that the happiest couples rarely post about each other online? In a culture where every anniversary, gift, and date night is broadcasted to the masses, strict digital silence stands out. We are wired to view that silence with suspicion. The common assumption is that a lack of digital footprints indicates a couple is hiding something, or that the relationship is quietly struggling behind closed doors. We operate under a modern illusion, the unspoken rule that a connection hasn't truly materialized unless it has an audience to witness it, react to it, and ultimately validate it. Psychology suggests a different reality. This digital silence often points towards specific traits of emotional intelligence and maturity that we are only beginning to decode. This behavior signals a shift in how confidence is expressed, showing that true manifestation occurs entirely outside the frame of performative digital expectations. Broadcasting love online often serves a specific purpose: securing positive reinforcement. When a couple relies on that external feedback, they essentially outsource their self-worth to the crowd. Psychologists call this privacy orientation, a structural desire to maintain absolute control over your mental space. These individuals practice self-validation. They generate internal assurance, feeling secure in their connection because it exists, rather than because the internet reacted. While this is often mislabeled as antisocial, it is a deliberate strategy used to protect the intimacy of a relationship from outside interference. Relying on self-validation makes a couple's happiness self-sustaining. Their bond remains steady regardless of the fluctuating opinions or shifting algorithms of the digital world. There is a widespread belief that curating flawless selfies and perfectly filtered date nights serves as proof of value. Yet, research points to self-concept clarity, the possession of a defined, unshakable understanding of your own identity, values, and goals. When both partners possess this deep internal clarity, they avoid wasting energy on fleeting digital trends or trying to match a specific online aesthetic. These couples redirect their combined energy into real-world action. They build tangible lives together, focusing on careers, shared spaces, and personal milestones. Because they already know exactly who they are, they don't need the internet to serve as a mirror to confirm their identity or the reality of their love. The quickest way to sabotage happiness is to measure it against the fabricated highlight reel lives of others online, a dynamic known as social comparison theory. The cognitive antidote to this trap is an internal locus of evaluation. This is the ability to weigh reality using your own private metrics. Highly introspective couples use this trait to judge the success of their relationship by their own private standards, bypassing societal benchmarks. This internal focus leads them to prioritize authentic, deep conversations with each other over superficial, performative interactions with an audience. By closing themselves off to the endless cycle of digital comparison, secure couples choose peace over performance. Keeping a relationship low-key prioritizes internal connection over external applause. True connection exists in the grounded, self-aware reality shared privately between two people, far from the pressure of a digital timeline. The silent, private couples in our lives represent a specific kind of emotional maturity. They are the outliers who have moved past the need for digital validation. True psychological confidence means you do not need to be seen by the world to feel completely seen by each other. Decoding these hidden psychological realities provides a new perspective on everyday human behavior. To see more of what lies beneath the surface, hit subscribe.